right, so we are driving through Iowa, and we've been gabbing and stuff, and I guess this is where Charlie wanted to move, which is large.
Flat.
Let me tell you what, look at that. It's really impressive, you know, how flat this area
Spread
is.
out.
Yeah. But, you know, we can see all sorts of cool stuff. We got corn, we got more corn, and over there's some corn.
Might be some soy thrown in here.
Yeah, maybe some soy. I'm pretty sure even the ditches have corn. But it's really impressive, you know?
The scope of it.
But yeah, the scope is really cool. And then we were talking about colleges and stuff, and it's just been gabbing, you know? What were we talking about, hon?
Different campuses.
Different campuses and stuff?
Whether or not those campuses would be attractive in terms of drawing and
Yes. I think we passed a college seminary of some sort. We're just outside Dubuque, and it's this college seminary, and we're not super impressed with the campus. It looked okay, but really not much, huh?
It's blocky and modern.
Yeah, it's
Really
gross.
my thing.
You know, Kelsey went to UVM, and UVM has a pretty campus.
Yeah. The
They
historic part is very pretty.
Yeah, the historic part, kind of in the center. You get in towards the newer dorms and stuff are ugly.
No, the brand new ones are actually quite pretty. There were ones that were built as early as or as late as 2006, which was my first year there.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of ones that there was a lot of remodeling done to the campus done in about 2000 in the 1970s, and a lot of the architecture.
Everything from the 70s is going to be ugly. Yeah.
So, and they also have a row of dorms called the shoeboxes that I don't remember their names. I think it's like Wing Davis Wilkes or something. No, those are nicer ones. I don't remember their names offhand. Anyway, it's a set of 3 dorms in the middle of campus, and they were built as temporary dorms. And they were only supposed to be up for a couple of years while new dorms were built, but they never got torn down. So the rooms are actually not big enough for comfort or anything like that, which is why they're called the shoeboxes.
There's actually the Nautilus room at the or not the Nautilus, the NR1 room at the museum. You remember that one with the pieces of the Challenger and stuff?
Yeah.
That was only supposed to be up for a year, and like 6 years later, it's fallen apart, and no plans to change it.
Yeah.
Because
so UVM is loaded with that, but we were talking about like when I originally applied to colleges. I applied to 3 different colleges. I applied to UVM, to UNH, University of New Hampshire, and St. Mary's, which is down in Maryland. And
isn't there a St. Mary's on the island?
There's a church.
That's right. That's what it is. Yeah.
St. Mary's is known for their sailing.
Oh, okay.
But the reason I almost went there was because they have an incredible archaeology program. It's an Oxford exchange. Your junior year, you spend a year over in Oxford doing.
That'd be cool.
Elizabethan archaeology, essentially, which is the program that I probably would have taken a very different track if I'd ended up there. But ultimately, after I got into those 3 colleges, it really came down to UNH probably had one of the prettiest campuses, but it really came down to making the decision about who gave me the most money, which it always comes down to that.
Yeah.
And UVM gave me the most money.
Yeah,
St. Mary's was
great.
Stunning as well, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Maryland has a lot of really pretty stuff down there. Their campuses and everything are really pretty. And also skiing versus sailing. As much as I love sailing, skiing was what I was doing. I'm better at it.
I can see that. I'd like to go by the Dartmouth campus up in New Hampshire. I think that would be really pretty.
It's stunning.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that building. That's
My
cool.
dad
I wonder what
definitely-
that's supposed to be.
My dad definitely could have gone there if he wanted to. I guess that from Holden is kind of, I wouldn't say they have like a standing agreement that everybody's going to get into Dartmouth, but like, I guess
it's pretty.
Well, no, they took the top 7 of. My dad graduated 5th in his class, and he was I guess Dartmouth took the first 7 people. So if my dad
Okay.
had bothered applying to Dartmouth, he probably could
He
have
would have
gone.
gotten it.
Right, but he ended up going to Lehigh on a scholarship, on a football scholarship instead because it was
Yeah.
free.
Well, that's worth it. You know, anytime you can get school for free.
Unfortunately, the cost of school is justified
Yeah.
by that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're driving through Iowa, which we actually earlier we saw a silo just on a truck
On the side.
on the side of the road,
they
like
were
yeah,
moving it.
on its side. It was really cool. It was probably just about that big,
Yeah, but on its
you know,
side.
as big as this guy here.
They're almost like mobile.
Which,
they pick them up and put the corn in them in the fields
Like
and
over
then
there.
move the silos.
Well, they don't
that's
do
what it
that.
looked like. No, that's what it looked like. That silo
looked
that
like
we
they were just
saw,
moving
no,
it.
that silo that we saw sitting on the side of the road, babe, that did not belong there.
Well, no, it was on a
I'm not.
truck.
I'm talking about the one right next to it.
Oh,
That
I
was
don't know about
erected.
that.
That did not belong there.
Hmm.
That looked like it was shiny and brand new. It had been just put up.
Well, I don't know. Delaware County, Iowa.
Also, we have seen the gas prices keep.
Yes, they have been steadily going down. Although I think we saw 350 something earlier.
Usually, the exits right off the highway have a little bit higher gas, but
Yeah.
that makes sense because it's right off the highway and it's supposed to sucker in people like
It's like,
people like you and me
yeah.
who are just coming through, and we're used to paying
Holy
three.
crap. No, go ahead.
We're supposed to be paying $387, $390 back home, and $357 still looks pretty damn good around here.
We were in Illinois. We had just crossed into Illinois, and we were low on gas. So I pulled over, and we saw a sign for like 335, something like that.
Yeah, we saw. I think it was like
On the side of
$339
the
or
road.
something. Yeah.
on like an Indian reservation, I think is where it was. And we're like, oh, we'll just, go there. But then right before the exit, there was a rest stop. So I pulled into the rest stop saying, oh, I might as well just get gas here. $3.89 a gallon. It was $3.39.
No,
because it was 50 cents difference.
Yeah, we got through $349. That I think. So that's 40 cents
Okay,
difference.
40 cents difference.
Still.
Regardless, 40 cents more per gallon just because you're at a rest stop. It's highway robbery, literally highway robbery.
We literally drove, I think, maybe less than a mile up to an exit, got off the exit, and
Yeah,
found
we
a
were
gas
half a
station
mile
there
from the
and
exit,
paid
and-
$349.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. $349, $343, something like
It
that.
was $3.49, maybe $3.43.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the
It wasn't the
gas station that we saw.
advertisement. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't the advertisement. But the point is, just getting off the highway makes a 40 to 50 cent difference in gas prices.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. At least for here, not quite that bad. Like going through Pennsylvania.
No, and back home it's not that bad either. Because back home it's all about the same price. It's all highway robbery.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are. It's back road robbery, highway robbery, lane robbery.
This is a pretty house here. I like it. It's an old school farmhouse type thing,
The brick and everything.
Yeah, that's cool. They got the wraparound porch. Our house someday is gonna have a wraparound porch.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Like the silos over here too. There's a lot of them. Probably different crops in each one.
Yeah, maybe.
It's definitely the end of corn season. We've seen the further west we get, the deader the corn seems to be. I don't know if that's because of drought or because of timing and weather changes or whether they just harvest earlier out here, but the corn is deader the further we go. There's soy. See?
Yeah, there you go. Lots of soy. It took us, 5 states to figure out?
4 days,
that's
5
soy.
days, yeah. And only because we finally looked up on the online what it could possibly
Staring
be.
at it, and I'm like, maybe it's rye. I don't know. It's
Google
not
is
me.
our friend in these affairs.
At one point, we hypothesized that it was pumpkins.
Something like that.
Oh, maybe it's pumpkins.
Well, we saw.
Pumpkins
To
grow
be
on vines.
fair, we saw a field that had pumpkins in it.
We did.
It was like right next to
Yes.
it. Yeah. Like seriously, this is characteristic of what we're dealing with. All right. So you see that little lump on the horizon right there? Back out there.
There it is.
Yeah, that all the way out there. And I run into corn. But that out there is the scope of what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Hey, look at the wind farm.
Hey, Charlie, we found your wind farm.
That is it.
Wow.
which, while this does not technically count as an interstate because it is a highway, it's essentially an interstate.
Yeah, but I mean,
Not
it's,
quite as large, but it is just as straight and very well paved.
compared to Massachusetts, everything's well paved.
Connecticut's and Massachusetts and Rhode Island, their excuse that they're, it's just too much work to deal with the roads and keep them paved is bullshit. Because fucking Iowa can keep their roads paved well.
To be fair, there were some roads in Iowa that really sucked.
And those were all back roads.
No, they weren't. One of the main interstates that they specifically had signs that said rough pavement ahead, and we spent like 10 miles driving on rough pavement. I sit there and ask you, is there anything wrong with our back wheels?
I remember that. Okay, yeah. That was in Indiana,
Whatever.
not Iowa.
We dealt with it in Illinois too, and Wisconsin.
Well, Illinois is too busy pissing away all their money in Chicago.
Be nice.
I will not be nice. I will not be nice to the government of Illinois.
And so you can see
there's
the
town
wind
over there.
farms. Those are the wind farms all the way
Yeah.
over there.
We got some radio towers and stuff. All sorts of farms. These are all family-owned farms.
There we go. I can see the wind farms.
It's really impressive.
Tell that these people out here are the ones that feed America.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm just 11:40.
It is.